One thing you want to start off with is look at your own interest or your career, especially if you're starting out into niche marketing. And you want to start with one niche, build that niche up, make money in it, and then move on to another one. And just so you know, for reference too, I'm going to call this a niche here. Some people call this niche marketing. So you may have heard it multiple different ways. And so some people call it niche. I call it niche in these videos. So if you have heard niche out there, it's the same thing. But just depending on, you just want to look at your own interest or your career that's out there when you go into the niche marketing realm of things. So look at your interests, start from there, and then you could really scale it into a full-time business. Any niche business that you build up could be scaled in by itself into a full-time income on its own. So you don't have to venture into multiple niche markets. That's not what we're trying to teach you here, but it is an option for those that want to or that like to have multiple streams of income in other niche markets. The beauty of it is, though, is you could have multiple streams of income for each niche market that you're in, or even if you're in just one and you make that your niche market, your focus, then that's phenomenal. And so the first thing to do when choosing your niche is to look at your own interest or your career. Another tool to use is Amazon.com. Magazines, they will actually tell you if a niche is hot or not. Clickbank.com products, so products that are currently selling, info products that are out there on the largest info product site out there, ClickBank. The Flippa Marketplace, that will give you some great indication as to what kind of niche markets are hot. If it's a viable niche market that you've chosen, you can see like what websites are actually selling out there, that type of information. Common ailments like health issues, everything from back pain to tonsil stones to acne. Those are common ailments that people suffer from, and you could create content or training that actually helps them. Now, keep in mind as we go through the niche process, you do not have to be an expert on these to venture into a niche. If you're just after, profitability, that's great. We start with looking at your own interest or your career path because sometimes that makes it easier for you to narrow it down. It makes it easier for you to go in the direction where your passion is. But again, some people find that their passion is generating an income that's comfortable and they love working from home. They love working for themselves. And so they don't care what niche market they're in as long as it, fits up with their standards ethically, where they can look themselves in the mirror, where they could tell their own mother what they do or their wife or kids and feel comfortable with it, then, that's great, and that's something also to keep in mind. So some people will tell you, hey, you've got to be passionate about it. But then there's other marketers, entrepreneurs that I know of that personally are just passionate about running a business from home and making extra income. They don't care what niche it's in as long as it's making money, and they find that once the money comes in, they become passionate about it. So that's one thing I want to point out here, just to be honest with you as you're going through this. You may not find acne something that you've suffered with, but you may find that it's a very profitable niche and you would love to outsource, find somebody that can create a good product about that, create good content for people, build up an email list, and then recommend solutions to those people. Niche marketing is all about, again, marketing to those people with a common problem or a common interest and offering them a solution or offering them something that they want within that niche market. Yellow Pages, you can actually look at Yellow Pages to get ideas of niches. EasyArticles.com has a really good list of niche ideas for you to pursue as well. So first part of niche selection is to look at yourself. What things are you personally interested in? And again, I like to start here because it's just an easy way for people to start off with. What kind of things are you interested in? Is your hobbies include things like scrapbooking, golf, boating, cooking, camping, those kinds of things? What things are you good at? Do you love tinkering with cars? Are those types of things you're interested in? Family member, hobbies. What kind of family members do you know of that have really big hobbies that are really passionate about something? Maybe you could joint venture with a family member if they have a passion for, backpacking or something of that nature. And you could work together in creating the ultimate backpacking guide or the ultimate backpacking solution. Maybe you are somebody that loves to play instruments and you would love to teach people how to sight read and play a saxophone or play a trumpet or play piano by sight reading. Natural cures to certain ailments. Have you actually had an ailment yourself, like back pain, and you found a natural solution to it without having to, spend lots of money at a chiropractor or spend lots of money, getting x-rays done and having to take prescription pain medicine? Did you find a way to cope with your pain naturally using natural herbs or something like that that's out there? Those are huge stories that you could actually tell. So if you have a story like that or a family member or a close friend Are you somebody that actually homeschools your children? There's a lot of homeschooling products. You could actually be an expert on homeschooling and not even realize it. Most people are experts at something and they don't even realize it. Look at your political views. What kind of things are you passionate about? Do you know a lot about politics? Well, maybe you could create a niche site. Are you somebody that's always got an opinion about politics? You could create a blog where you express your opinions, where you actually share other article pieces or content out there that's related to, politics that you're passionate about. Maybe it's certain types of diets that you have done yourself that you're interested in. Maybe you are on a diet right now that's actually helped you lose 15 pounds and it's something that you tell all your friends about. Well, maybe you could actually harness that information, write down exactly what you did, what kind of food you ate, the recipes you used, and that could be the niche market. That could be your niche product. That could be what you blog about or write about. Look at your career. Are you a golf pro? Well, if you're a golf pro, you could do so much more than just being, a golf pro working with people one on one. You could actually sell your training to the masses. As long as it's okay with your boss and you get the okay there, which most of the time, from my understanding, golf pros are more, just, general, contractors. So you probably have the reins to do what you like, but you could do that. Are you a tennis instructor? Instead of just teaching people individually, what if you taught somebody how to play tennis maybe for free and in exchange they allowed you to film that session while you taught them? That could become a product or a niche that you could go after. Maybe you could give tennis tips on a blog. Maybe you're a music teacher. You're a music teacher by trade, or you know a music teacher. You could teach people how to play instruments. If you're an accountant, you could actually teach people how to keep their books better, how to do a better job with their books, how to work with QuickBooks. That is valuable information that people want to know. Are you a career counselor? Maybe you could do a product on resume writing, on how to, do interviews correctly, how to improve your life in that regards. Are you a marriage counselor? You could do an entire book or a product on marriage and being better at marriage in your life. You could do a podcast series. You could do a book. You could do an ebook, a digital product. You could do a website talking all about marriage advice. Are you a personal trainer? Are you somebody that can teach people how to lose weight, how to gain muscle, those types of things? What kind of training, lessons do you do? You could teach the masses. You could do a blog about it. Are you a lawyer? Do you have insights or information on certain subject matters as they pertain to businesses or current events? Start a blog. That could be your niche market. Medical professional, are you a doctor or a nurse? That's fantastic if you are, because that gives you a great opportunity there. And you don't have to be a medical professional or a doctor. I'm just using that as an example where you could actually share your information to the masses. Look at people like, Dr. Oz. He's all over the TV and he's a doctor, but he's taking it to the masses on TV. Well, you could reach the masses through a blog, through YouTube channel, and talk about various elements and things that can help people. So here's, besides looking at yourself, another method is Amazon.com. Browse through all of the book categories on Amazon. You can also look for popular physical products that are selling within Amazon. What kind of products are people looking at buying? What kind of products are popular? You could leverage Amazon's recommendations for each niche category to get an idea. Look at things like their Amazon bestsellers, the hot trends, the top rated items, and the most wished for items. That will tell you right there if a niche market that you're looking at pursuing is a hot one or not. Now keep in mind, when I'm talking about niche selection and the ways we're going to talk about the ways you can make money in that niche, but I want to touch on this, that it doesn't have to be a blog business. It doesn't have to be a podcast. It doesn't have to be an ebook. It could be an e-commerce store where you're selling physical products, and that's the kind of business you want to have. So it really doesn't matter, how you're going to make money with it, and it does to a point when you're choosing that niche, obviously, but it also, there are many different ways that you can profit from a certain niche market. So there's many different avenues that you could pursue. You could do e-commerce, you could do blogging, you could do a combination of all those things. You could just focus on podcasting and getting as many subscribers as possible, building up a fan of raging followers and converting them into customers. So, maybe podcasting is your passion. There's all sorts of things you can do. This is a link here on Amazon that will tell you all about their best sellers. Once you're there, you'll actually be able to click on the hot trends, the top rated, and most wished for items. So it's Amazon.com/best sellers / Z G B S. And you could also look on the search engine or on like Google, for example, your favorite search engine, and go to Amazon bestsellers, do a search for that, and that should bring up the same link in case it has changed on us. You can also quickly uncover potential niche markets that you can pursue through Amazon. You're going to find like, wow, these types of products are the most wished for items, or these items are the best sellers in this category. So maybe I should go into this space. Especially like the book categories, that's going to really give you some good ideas as to, what kind of topics people want. If you look in the how-to book section and that kind of area. Like we're over here on the book category in Amazon, you'll notice under books, if you go to the book category in Amazon on the left hand side, you're going to see all the different possibilities, everything from parenting and relationships to crafts, hobbies and homes, business and money, Christian books, comics and graphic novels, computers and technology. So you're kind of looking, when you're going for the niche part, not so much at the fiction books, but you're going to be looking more into the other kind of books, everything from the politics part of things to maybe the self-help industry. You could look at self-help. And we're going to look here at the health, fitness, and dieting market, and you'll see some additional ideas. So here's like addiction and recovery. That's a big niche market. Aging, alternative medicine, that's a big one. So helping people with common ailments, you're starting to see a similarity here. Exercise and fitness. And if we were to click on diseases and physical ailments, we're going to come up with a whole list of ailments that we could actually pursue further. And so by just clicking on alternative medicine or diseases, let's see, diseases and physical ailments, when I click on that, it expands to everything from abdominal pain to Alzheimer's disease and dealing with that, to chronic pain and how to fix that, diabetes, heart disease. So you could do products on certain products that people suffer from. Maybe people with high blood pressure, you could offer common natural solutions. So you could create training all about helping people with high blood pressure. You could do blogging on it, podcasting if you've helped overcome that. And again, you want to be careful with your disclaimers. Obviously if you're not a doctor, you want to be careful about, what you say and basically letting people know, hey, this is content that you need to review at your own risk and I'm not liable, and have your health disclaimers in place. And you could Google that. But again, these are hot niche markets that you could pursue and make money with in many different avenues, many different ways. Another thing, again, Amazon, if we're over there on the disease and physical ailments, when I further click on that, I click on pain management, you're going to find different books that come up. You'll notice two of the top ones there, Healing Back Pain and then Treat Your Back, the 9th edition. So that means the first 8 editions did extremely well. And that tells you right there, it even looks like an older book that was around 2011 that was published. The other one was published back in 2001, and it's still a big seller to this day, and it was published back in 2001. People want to know how to, get rid of chronic back pain. And so that right there is a niche market, a perfect example of a niche you could pursue. So you could go out, read blogs, read case studies, find stories, interview people, find people that have suffered from back pain and create content, create a course around that. And that just gives you an idea of just using Amazon. So apart from your personal experience, going out using a tool like Amazon to find products. Another thing I did when I narrowed down into the self-help niche market, did the same thing but looked through self-help. Anxieties and phobias. You'll notice that panic attacks is a big problem that people suffer from. People have a big problem with panic attacks. So you could do training, you could do courses based on that, a blog about overcoming anxiety and panic attacks without the need of medicine maybe. That's a big spin on things. People would be willing to pay for a product that might cost them $37 to $47 as opposed to spending thousands of dollars going to doctors and specialists and medications and those kind of treatments. We're going to look at the sports and outdoor niche on Amazon again and take a look at the golf category. And what you're going to see here is some different products. So here's an example, Why You Suck at Golf, 50 Most Common Mistakes by Recreational Golfers. And that is a really good book. It's going to help people that are running into issues, with their golf game. Everything from mastering the mental game of golf. And these could give you additional ideas for content you could create a blog about. Having a blog on golf would be huge. There's info products you could promote as an affiliate, all sorts of clubs that you could recommend as an affiliate. So lots of possibilities there by looking at the book feature on Amazon. You could also go in, look at the best sellers, look at the hot new releases, the movers and shakers, the top rated, especially if you're looking at going into like opening up an e-commerce site and you want to look at a certain brand of products that seems to be the top rated. You could go through Amazon and look up like, electronics. Obviously the Kindle's high up there. Then you see this home router. That's actually a really hot item. Cards Against Humanity there. It's a kind of a card game there. And that would give you an idea. Within Amazon, you can go through into any of these categories. On the left hand side, you could click on baby and see what the hot products are, see what the trending type products are, like the hot new releases, the top rated products, the most wished for items in the baby category. So you know exactly, hey, these are the kind of items I want to review on my parenting website, or these are the kind of websites or products I want to offer and get a drop ship relationship, or find these products in bulk and then go sell them on eBay. So whatever you choose to monetize your niche with, and we'll cover that in the next video, you could use a tool like Amazon to really help solidify and help you understand what niche it is that you want to pursue. Magazines. Magazines are the perfect test for a profitable niche market. It costs way too much money to print, ship, and keep magazines going to not be profitable. They're not going to stay open long. They're not going to run a magazine. They're not going to spend all that time and money putting it together, because you've got to pay for the content, the writers. You've got to get the advertising in on them, have ad reps. There's a whole lot of process. You can't just automatically start your own magazine unless you're doing like a digital magazine using software. It's a different story. But if you have a physical magazine that you can pick up in a store, or that's being shipped out by the thousands or hundreds, that costs a lot of money and it needs to be profitable. So if a publisher is willing to go through the hassle, there is a demand. Look at magazines at your local grocery store. That's going to tell you right there what kind of niches you could pursue. And also, if you want to do this just from the comfort of your own home, you could go to a site like magazines.com. And also, you could look at Amazon.com, has a magazines page as well, and browse through the magazine newsstand on Amazon. And you could also go to Amazon.com and just do a search for magazine in the Amazon search bar, or search on Google for Amazon.com magazines, and you'll come across it. So either magazines.com or go to Amazon and look up the magazines. So you're going to find on magazines.com different niche markets that you could be pursuing. So you see, like if you clicked on animals and pets or business and finance, it's going to expand to some additional magazines and niche markets you may want to consider going after. Everything is covered in here on the left hand side. You're going to see all kinds of magazines, craft magazines. You could see, hey, scrapbooking is something I keep seeing websites around. Maybe I should create and actually go after my passion of scrapbooking. And you could kind of compare what you find as you move forward with more niche selection. But magazines.com is a powerful tool for that. Here's the Amazon magazine selection as well. You kind of get an idea there. You can do magazine subscriptions straight through Amazon. So you could actually look up, like there's bridal magazines. There's a whole bunch of bridal magazines. There's 14 of them out there actually. So that tells you that bridal is a huge niche market. And you could do everything from local bridal websites and directories to other type things. The bridal niche is huge, and it's loaded with money that you could leverage and be a part of. So we're going to go ahead and stop this video, and then we're going to cover additional niche selection options, and we're going to start talking about using ClickBank products to find and identify niche markets that you could also pursue.